He thought life was an easy walk in the park, until life reminded him, it doesn't care how young you are. In the beginning, life felt simple. Dreams were big, consequences were small, and tomorrow always felt guaranteed. He believed effort always paid off. That love stayed. That time waited. The first heartbreak taught him pain. The second taught him trust is fragile. The third taught him silence can scream louder than words, but nothing compared to losing her. His grandmother, the one person who loved him without conditions. Cancer took her body, and distance took his goodbye. He never made it to the hospital, and regret became a shadow that followed him everywhere. By his mid-20s, life wasn't exciting anymore. It was heavy. Dreams faded. Motivation disappeared. And the mirror reflected a man he didn't recognize. At 27 years old, he didn't have answers. He didn't have money. He didn't have clarity. And he definitely didn't have confidence. What he had was exhaustion. Exhaustion from blaming the world for wounds he never chose. Exhaustion from running from pain that followed him everywhere he went. Night after night, he replayed the same questions. How did I end up here? And how do I get out? Then one night, alone, with nothing left to distract him, something shifted. He realized no one was coming to save him. Not time, not luck, not sympathy. So he made a decision no one witnessed. No applause, no announcement. A quiet promise to himself to stop blaming the world, to stop numbing the pain, to face it, to become disciplined when motivation disappeared, to choose growth when comfort felt safer, to build a future that made the past worth surviving. And in that silence, he remembered her, his grandmother, the way she believed in him before there was proof, the way she saw strength in him when he only saw failure. At 27 years old, he didn't change overnight, but he changed direction, and that was everything. While others slept, he studied. While others partied, he built. Learning the online money-making space became his battlefield. Failure was frequent. Doubt was loud. But quitting was no longer an option. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the results began to appear. A message here, an opportunity there. Clients started reaching out, not in waves, but one by one. Each small win stacked onto the last. Each yes silenced a little more doubt. Revenue didn't explode overnight. It grew quietly, steadily, month by month, and with every invoice sent, with every promise kept, something else returned too. Confidence. Not the loud kind, but the grounded kind. The kind that comes from proof. At 30 years old, without headlines, without applause, he became the first millionaire in his family. Not through luck, not through shortcuts, but through nights no one saw. Through discipline forged in heartbreak, he took the pain that once broke him and gave it structure. He took grief and gave it direction. What once weighed him down became the force that carried him forward. And in that quiet victory, a legacy was born. Today, he wakes up to the sound of ocean waves, rolling gently against the shore in Miami. Morning light fills the room, not alarms, not urgency. Beside him, his wife. Down the hall, his mother. And nearby, his two younger brothers. No distance, no absence. And in that moment, he understands something clearly for the first time. Success was never the money. It was freedom. If you're struggling right now, pause for a moment. This isn't the end. It's the space before something changes. Your lowest moment might not be breaking you. It might be shaping you. What feels like loss could be the foundation. What feels like silence could be preparation. Your greatest chapter doesn't always begin with hope. Sometimes it begins with pain. If this story meant something to you, don't let it end here. Subscribe, because every week we share stories that remind you who you're becoming. And if you know someone who needs this message, send it to them.